I finally unlocked the Dredge attachment. But before we can hop inside of the game and actually test this weapon out, we need to kind of have something that was back in Black Ops 3 as well. I'm pretty sure Art of War was in Black Ops 3. I know it says it was in Black Ops 2, which it was, but I'm pretty sure that this was also inside of Black Ops 3. I swear I remember using this on the Man of War. So we're going to be using this camo today and kind of bring back some Black Ops 3 into Black Ops 7 zombies. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's check out the 48 Dredge in 2025. All new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP. Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off for a limited time only. So I'm sure if you guys have watched a lot of the videos, you probably have heard me talk about this attachment a lot. I used to love using the 48 Dredge, or the Dredge LMG back in Black Ops 3, and I am actually so excited to give this thing a shot today. This was such a fun gun I remember back 10 years ago, and it was always pretty good for me, at least headshot wise and stuff over in multiplayer. But that being said, we're going to have a little bit of flashbacks today with the good old camo as well as the attachment. I figured we would play Vandor Farm Survival, just try and change it up a little bit. I honestly didn't feel like playing Exit 115. Some reason that map seems so slow sometimes to go through rounds. Maybe it's just me, but I figured we could check this map out again instead of zombies. So we should be able to get Pack-a-Punch relatively quick on this. We do have a few gums that we're going to be using today, which definitely will help us whenever we do convert them. It would be nice if we could just get a double points real quick, but it is only round one, so who the heck knows. But we can just use them. It's not really a big deal. We have quite a bit of them. We don't really need to worry about that too much. But that being said, let's go ahead and convert to that, and then we can go ahead and convert this one, and then we'll actually have enough to go Pack-a-Punch this bad boy once and for all. Yeah, I definitely have grinded a little bit to get this thing prestige. I have it gold over an end game because I'm trying to grind out Genesis, and that kind of stopped my grind a little bit because I don't like to really necessarily grind guns and zombies since I already have Infestation. I try to keep it on another game mode so at least I can make progress on another mastery camo. But yeah, this should be fairly fun. Okay, so let me see real quick. So it is a 6-round burst, of course, and it definitely has some kick to it. So this should be fairly fun, man. This is kind of like a nostalgic moment. It is pretty cool, but let me know in the comment section if you guys actually like using this new LMG. I know, at least without the burst attachment, it isn't the greatest LMG in the game. It isn't. It just isn't, which sometimes is a big letdown, but maybe today the burst attachment can actually make up for that, especially whenever we get double tap and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna start doing some of these spores right here. That way we can try and get a little bit of extra gear, whether it's getting legendary sooner or we get a Pack-a-Punch crystal, who knows, but we're gonna at least try to do it. You still can get a decent amount of salvage built up just from grinding these out for a few rounds, so why the heck not? You know, there's no point in not doing it whenever we don't have nothing else to do instead of zombies. There's some more salvage right there. We can grab something from the Gobblegum machine. Any legendaries? Nope. Okay, what do we get? We got some salvage and essence. Now we just gotta wait for next round for it to spawn in once more. We can just go ahead and spray that real quick. Hopefully we can get a blue ether tool from it relatively quick. That would be kind of nice. So yeah, double tap definitely does make it a lot quicker. Here's some more salvage. Hell yeah. I'm gonna try and hold off on rarity. I'm going to try not to go hit the arsenal machine as long as possible, because usually whenever I do, the next spore I do will literally be an ether tool, and I will end up wasting so much of my stuff. Okay, we just got a few Ravagers left. Yep, there's one. There was only one left. Okay, continue on hitting these spores, but so far this thing is definitely fairly cool. That's a Molotov. I would not want to take it, but for some reason it seems like the game wants me to take it. Look at that. We got a blue ether tool over there. See, I was right. Now we just need to go ahead and pick it up. I do want to get Deadshot Daiquiri soon. I was wanting to get that before this round, but we just didn't go up there. Okay, more salvage on the ground. Now we got 1,500, also blue rarity. So we're already starting to work on getting towards epic. We can grab Juggernog as well. We got 7,100 essence left over. That's a good amount, and then we can pretty much just start saving up for the good old double pack. I almost said triple pack. I'm just continuously taking these gums and just converting them. Do we got another spray here? We do. I can activate this other toxic growth on it. I feel like that one's going to be disappeared soon. But still, just keep the grind going, man. Get us to epic as soon as possible. It'd be nice if we get to epic before Xursa even remotely spawns in. That's always a good little sign. You know, you still can get really good gear from them. Mostly salvage. Sometimes you get Pack-a-Punch crystals. Not always, but, you know, sometimes you do. It's a very rare thing. It's not as common as it used to be. But if you're playing zombies and your map that you're playing on does happen to have them, I would recommend using them. Just take advantage of it at least a few times in your game. And there's epic rarity, and we also can go ahead and get double Pack-a-Punch. It is a Ravager round, so this round will go by pretty easy and pretty quick, I would say. But how much damage are we dealing to these guys now? 1,300 to the dome on a 6-round burst. Okay. All we got to do is just keep maxing out. We just got one more Pack-a-Punch level, and now building up to legendary rarity, which shouldn't take me long. Again, I am just going to continuously farm these as much as the game will let me do. That way we can get ahead a little bit. It does help on Vandor Farm. Unfortunately, they never added those spores to Astra or even Exit 115. Look at that. 750 salvage right there. What a W hit. Every time I come over here, though, my game's kind of glitching. I am noticing that. Frames seem to be dropping whenever I go kind of inside my own toxic growth over there. But who knows? Who knows? All I know is I am shredding these zombies with this burst. And it is fun. What else did we get? We got some more salvage. We'll take it. We got 1,500 already. On around 13. 2 legendary. Not too nasty bad. Bring it on, zombies. It's so hard not playing, what's it called? The List Keepers Challenge. That is like the only mode I've been playing on zombies. But I figured, you know, we have changed it up a little bit. I don't want the videos to get too repetitive with what we're playing. What map we're playing. I always try to change it up. At least every once in a while. Unless, obviously, a strategy calls for something else or a different map, then we'll play that map. But usually, we just stick to something different every single time. Mainly. Hopefully, sometimes. Sometimes we kind of do a few back-to-back-to-back that are on the same map. But it's because the same map is awesome. Which the same map happens to be List Keepers. I know so many of you guys are actually enjoying that map. And so am I. It definitely is a very, very fun experience. Because you don't really got to deal with elites. It's Christmas theme. It's just such a cool map. Now, the boss fight is a different story. But you don't have to do it. Hello, Xursa. Come on, hit the brain. And Xursa's dead. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What else did we get from this? We got some essence and some stuff. Ooh, a mystery perk. I'll have to pick that up after this round. That way we don't down and lose all of our perks. That wouldn't be that good, I don't think. Bring it on, zombies. So far, we're shredding. I mean, we're destroying zombies, but we're double pack epic rarity on round 16. So it's kind of expected, right? We can grab the snook. Why not? Where is the mystery perk? There it is. And we got PhD. Okay, I'll take that. I guess. Why not, right? It's better than, like, Death Perception. Usually I'll get Death Perception or Melee Macchiato. Just the perks that I do not need whatsoever. It's usually what the game blesses me with. But, hey, whatever. It's a free perk, right? How can you really complain about something that was free? There we go. We got some salvage over here. We're at 3,800. 25,000 essence, so we definitely will have triple pack and probably legendary rarity before round 20, which is really, really good. Okay, we got more salvage. There's a Ravager somewhere. Here he is. There's our max. Nice. Heck yeah, dude. We are doing great this game so far. There's pack 3, and there's legendary. I am getting chased by literally the entire round, plus a massive, angry, hungry bear. Is behind me, but we should be able to kill him easily. There we go. Okay, so damage 3,562, which is 500 damage lower than the non-burst. So automatically I can tell you this, it is weaker than the full auto in terms of damage. Now, could it change a little bit with certain augments? Sure, it could, right? There's no doubt in that. But I am a very strong agreeance that this should get a buff. It should. The burst version should at least deal 5,000 headshot damage. At least. It's a burst weapon. Burst weapons are slower. So obviously a pro on most burst weapons are that they're stronger. They are, right? Most of the time, 99% of the time. Very rare occasions will a burst not be as strong, but it might have very, very good mobility or just something like that. A very good pro. Right, and the pro with this would be the damage buff. So I can definitely foreshadow and see a future buff in the making, at least for the burst version of this LMG. Now, we're shredding right now, but we're on round 20, right? So you can't really be like, oh my gosh, this is so broken. We're on round 20 with triple pack legendary rarity, so that's expected. But yeah, just looking at the damage numbers that aren't going to change, it definitely could need a buff. And obviously the full auto version should have a buff as well. The whole gun in general should be buffed, but the burst should output more than the full auto. It should. I'm very much strong on that one. I'm pretty sure most of you guys will agree with me as well. But you gotta have bad weapons to have good weapons. You know, every gun can't always be good. So there are gonna be some that maybe just aren't the best. And I am 100% grateful for a new LMG. I am, 100%. But if they were gonna make some changes to some of these guns and maybe buff some of the LMGs, it would be this one that would need it the most, I would say, right? Now, if they ever add like the RPK, hint, hint, Treyarch, the RPK, that's probably going to be a really good weapon and actually super cool. I will 100% buy the battle pass. The RPK is such a cool weapon, dude. That would be so sweet. Or if they added like the Dragunov, like the OG Dragunov. I'm not talking about some remastered new gen one that has slow fire rate. No, I'm talking about the OG Dragunov. That would be sick. But yeah, I mean, it definitely could see a buff. But it's still fun. You know, it still is a very enjoyable weapon, I think. Come on, zombies. Holy moly. We can shred these Ravagers real fast. We're only on round 22. We can reload. Go, 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 go. And I don't have a ton of attachments unlocked for this. So obviously, your build could change a little bit. It could fluctuate. Not significantly. You know, you're not going to throw on an attachment. It's going to put it at 6,000 headshot damage. No. But it could change a little bit. We don't even need to do a TED test this game. I'm telling you guys, dude, the spores are still very, very useful inside of zombies. Very, very helpful as well. Because we would probably still be fighting to get epic rarity inside of this game. And we are now at legendary triple pack. With 2,000 salvage and 12,000 essence. I did go down because I tried to take a screenshot of something for a thumbnail later on down the road. But we went ahead and bought some of our perks back. But it's okay. It's no big deal. We are not going to die. There's zero chance of it, and hopefully I didn't just jinx it by saying that. I still actually have to unlock Infestation for this LMG. Again, I've been grinding so much endgame camos. Haven't really worried about getting Infestation on any of these new guns. We obviously did the so-called LMG in one game, which was pretty fun. Over time, we'll go ahead and start unlocking some of these newer guns with Infestation just to have it. But I swear, once I get Genesis, that'll probably be my new camo in a lot of these videos, because I always get tired of the same old camo. Like, Infestation's really, really cool, and it's probably my favorite camo inside of Black Ops 7. But even though it's super cool, it still gets boring to look at, right? And that's just how I am. Every single camo does. That's why I'm using freaking a prestige camo that has no flexibility when I have mastery camos. You know what I mean? It's just always something nice to look at something new, for sure. There's some more salvage on the ground. Actually, I need to go buy a self-revive since we did go down. That's foolish to have 3,000 salvage and no self-revive. That would not be the smart move. Then you go down and you're like, why did I go down? But yeah, I definitely have been enjoying playing endgame as well. I've been having a lot of fun playing Black Ops 7. So far, this has been a very enjoyable game for me. And I vividly remember Black Ops 6, and I had fun playing Black Ops 6. I did, at times. You know, about halfway through the life cycle, it became pretty repetitive and boring because there wasn't nothing in it. But they're doing pretty good this year. I am on that side. I'm not on the hating side of it, which I do fully get a lot of the takes that a lot of people say on not liking the game. Some of them are a little bit forced, but 90% of them are like, all right, I understand that 100%. But the amount of grindables and unlockable things you can do inside of this game is crazy. There's like zero way to get bored, literally. If you got all the mastery camos, that's cool. You still need all the calling cards. If you got all the calling cards and all the mastery camos, that's cool. You still need all the prestige master titles. You still need to get to level 1,000. You still need to do all of that stuff, which is just, again, crazy. It certainly is. And then when you're all done with that, you still need to get every gun level 250, Prestige Master. So there really is a ton of things to do inside of the game this year, which is fun. That's something we needed. The problem that I can see, though, is if next year's COD doesn't have all this that we have in Black Ops 7, we're going to be like, what the hell? You know, a step backwards. So that's a problem, is now they got to keep up with all that, which they should be able to. But, you know, it's probably going to be a little bit challenging. I can see it happening, right? I hope not. I hope they even do more next year. But who knows? Who knows? All I know is we are farming some critical kills right now, and that's what matters in the end. We can reload, go back over this way. We're only on round 26. So not too high of a round yet. Bringing on zombies. The round's almost over, though. Yeah, it sucks, definitely, the headshot damage. But it is what it is. A little disappointing. Because I wanted this to be one of the better guns inside of the game. But it isn't. And that's just how it is. Again, like I said earlier, you gotta have good guns and you gotta have bad guns. If every gun's good, then yeah, that's gonna suck. If every gun's bad, that's gonna suck. You can't have good without bad. Okay, there's a Ravager, and we can kill the rest of these guys. Come on, zombies. There's a ton of salvage, man. That's one thing about these Ravager rounds. You can get a lot of drops on these rounds. They definitely do help a little bit. There's a max ammo. Okay. We can grab a streak. I need to try and continue getting my streak kills for this stupid calling card. Every game, I try to at least just buy one Disciple Injection now and just use it. Because I need them. I will never do it. Trust me, I haven't used really many streaks inside of this game. So I need to try and take advantage of that. I could just use it on him. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do it real quick. So we can snag up some of these kills. There we go. There's a decent amount, and we got insta-kill. It's so scary when you get red screened like this. It really is. I don't like it when you have Disciple Injections and like the zombies can destroy you. Ugh, ugh. Freaking flash through them. This ain't good. This ain't good. There we go. That's what I like to see. Ugh. Nice. Alright, round 30. I don't even know why we're sitting up there. That is like a complete death trap. Pretty much should just train these zombies up. A little bit easier, of course. Bring it on, zombies. Yeah, I mean, like, even right now on round 30, per se, we aren't struggling to kill, but I can see it that by, like, round 35, it won't be easy to train around and kill hordes. So, it definitely could use a buff for sure. Maybe Treyarch won't patch it, or buff it, right? Could be a possibility, they might not, and that is what it is. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about the 48 Dredge attachment? I know probably most of you guys have unlocked this LMG, right, so that's understandable. But let me know what you guys think about this attachment inside of the game. For sure. I like it, obviously, because it's a little bit nostalgic, but per se of damage-wise, like good gun, no. Definitely not. It's one of those, I beat the boss with the 48 Dredge attachment, and it's a challenge video. That's pretty much what it is. There we go. Okay, we can go back over here. And then we should be able to pop this and kill Zursa. We can pop down this toxic growth. We can throw this. We can just run on the other side of it. Lead him in here. Even though this is a pretty easy boss fight to complete sometimes. Sometimes it isn't. It depends on what weapon you're using, the zombies that spawn, etc., etc. But he's almost dead. Toxic Growth is such a strong field upgrade. That is like all I run, literally. But that's the 48 Dredge inside of Black Ops 7 Zombies. Let me know what you guys think about this inside of the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.